Hello, hello. Let's get back into the quest for the best. We're starting up a new deck today, and we're gonna play Temerge, as made by me and as made famous by Nighthawk. He's currently in the semis of the Steam Showdown. Let's see what kind of X2 record Temerge can get on the Xbox ladder. Unlike the last deck I played, this one I have a good amount of experience with. We'll see if that plays into things, but hey, I'm the one doing the series. I'm the only pilot you get. And this is a deck that demands some experience. It often comes with a lot of options in the mid to late game, a lot of directions it can go. So experience is rather necessary. I'm sure plenty of people have picked this deck up and found it to be trash. I believe that Jolly, when I saw him, he had my deck in his deck builder. And I think it said just CGB Weird was the title of it. So I'll take that as a compliment. This is not great. This is not great either. I'm gonna keep it though. We have all the colors. We just have to stop drawing lands. Let's see how many we can draw in a row. That's not a land. That's a favorable draw step. But I'm not gonna go down to 6 and such here. Deck does not mulligan all that well. And you know what? That's great. That vessel, that's something I can discard some lands to. What am I gonna want most? Crag is second green. I'm gonna want the falls and the crag. Is there anything I could draw that needs a second green next turn? But there is a chandra that I could draw, so I should play it this way. So if I draw Chandra Torch of Defiance, I can just spike it. Yep. Temerge is making a run for the record books, Hawk. Starting out with a floody hand, but we'll see what we can do about it. Does he want to crack a vessel? He does. Thank you. Get rid of some of this garbage. You and one of you. And see what happens. Hit. Alright, the draws have been rather generous since our not very good beginning. Now if I draw an emerge creature, all is well. We're going to let him get 2-for-1s on our hand, and we're going to get 2-for-1s on the battlefield. That's the strat. But I bet we're about to witness the end, or some similar sorcery speed. Hand-hosing. Oblivion Strike? Well, that ain't cool. Not cool, bro. I mean, I guess it would be 4-mana sorcery, but that one exiles our guy. That's not cool. Ugh. Ugh. Well, that makes witness the end a lot worse, doesn't it? Alright, well, at least pressure him a little. Yeah, how dare he Oblivion Strike? How dare he Oblivion Strike our noble treasure keeper? Just out there doing God's work, asking nothing of the world. The current leader is at 12-2, and that was the Yonder Inspired Dimir deck. Did I call it? I called it. Sorry, ulamog. We're gonna have to win this one without you. But that the other one, Dead Roma's Snakes, came up at a much less impressive number, at 5-2, and those are the two records right now. I know, Oblivion Strike. What the hey? 1, 2, 3. I don't think I grapple here. For one thing, there's nothing to hit. If he tries to make me discard it, I could try to grapple into a land, but I think that that's pretty low value of a play. I don't think I want to do that. And it's a marionette master. That's what he follows up all those shenanigans with. Okay. Makes himself a 4/6. Well, it's like that. Okay. Well, that's cool. That's pretty cool. Let's tick. Tick-tock. Rebuild this broken hand. Oh, yes, you win. Let's let him build his board a little more, shall we? Although he could make me discard this, and I would be sad. But no. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 leaves 1. So if he hit me with another discard spell, I'd lose the grapple and the expertise. That's really bad. I don't like that. That's not cool. So what's the right way to do this? I could baral him and grapple, but then I might lose the deep-fiend. I don't think I can afford not to play more lands. I need them. So I guess we just hope he doesn't have another one of those spells. Is the way to do it. Tap, 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 tap. Confirm. See if he has an Oblivion Strike for my Deep-Fiend as well. The ultimate hard counter here. We do give up the double ramp on Kiora, but I don't think we're gonna need it. Ah, Scuttles. Thank you, Scuttles. I'm happy to see you. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5. Interesting. Nothing in the yard, really. So am I supposed to... What am I supposed to do? So tough. 1 blue, 1 green, re-deep-fiend. I can re-deep-fiend him. We definitely have to clock him. So if I re-deep-fiend him, then I swing for 5, 6, 7, 8. That's so close. But maybe he leans into the board more because of it. So I think I do. Yep, 2 blue, yep. Oh, oops. I had to grapple first. Oh well, I can still do it. That was just a waste. Just a waste. I can save a blue or I can get cards in my hand. I'll take the cards. And this one comes in untapped, so we'll take you. I was supposed to grapple that first though, so I at least get the grapple back off the Scuttles. That was silly. That was silly. Occasional silliness happens. I've been prone to it lately. Rise from the grave. Target my Deep-Fiend, I'm sure. Alright. So this is the kind of play that breaks hearts. The nice rise from the grave you got there. I'll take that. And I can straight up block this master. So do I need to Deep-Fiend? I don't get to attack, though. Yeah, we're gonna Deep-Fiend. Just playing with Temerge, never seen that before. Nice one, Nighthawk. I feel the sick burns, bro. Rogue Refiner, cool. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4. Or do we just swing? And then barals? Okay, yeah, we're just gonna do it this way. He's in big trouble. He's in big trouble. What's up with that? And then we are going to... that you, confirm. Do it into play. Should have left a blue open. Kiora could untap, and then I'd have... no, I wouldn't have deep-fiend up. Never mind. But now he's got to spend his turn recasting the Masta. And then I just tap him down again. It's like being stuck in his own personal hell. It's like Nighthawk, we're gonna rib him a little. He kinda earned it. It's like, with the game on the line, do you attack with Lumbering Falls for 5 mana? Or do you play Chandra and attack for 6 mana? Oh, the decisions. So, we've all been there by now. This deck has too many options. Just too many choices. Planeswalkers, Emerge, Reanimation, Expertise. What to get back with Vexing Scuttles? So many moving parts. Now our opponent goes wide. Good call. So many moving parts. So is that 8 mana? That is 8 mana. Gonna tick up. And pass turn. He knows what's in our hand. He's going to need to make more blockers right here, right now. I haven't seen much in his deck to combo with that Master. I mean, I guess discard effects make it less likely that the opponent can kill it, and Rise from the Grave makes it more likely that it's in play. Fleshbag Marauder. Yeah, okay. You win. Don't want to emerge deep-fiend right now, as it would just get sacked to the Marauder. Maybe he didn't know I can just pay the 8. See if he has anything to kill the deep-fiend. He'll need it. Necromantic summons. Well, I can't stop that now. So he can get his flesh bag? Guess so. Smooth. So his last 2 cards lined up. Or I guess he has one more. Now we'll have to see what we can draw off Kiora. That's the empty-handed. Oh. So what can I do here? You can leave me with 7. So what's the right thing to get back? I mean, Deep-Fiend is low-hanging fruit, but I can't cast it this turn. So I'm going to start by ticking this down and trying to find more options. More better options. Okay. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Still can't cast Deep-Fiend. Oh wait, I'm gonna get a land. Yes, I can. Yes, I motherfucking can. Alright. Language. Yep, that's all the same. Oh, you'll love my semifinal match, CGB, if you want misplays. We both made... Oh, it happened? It's over? Oh, crap. I want to drop everything. Alright, so that's the Deep-Fiend, so I should pass the turn. Alright, sweet. He doesn't know about this grapple. He doesn't know what's coming. So, should I let him attack Kiora? If he has a removal spell, I can dodge it. Well, let's see what he does about the refiner. No, I don't think it's right to... I think I still do this. No. No, I let him attack. I absolutely let him attack here. Because the crackback's just lethal. I let him take out Kiora if he wants to. That's a good read. You got her. And this way we also dodge the sorcery speed removal. Yeah, this is the right thing to do if we want to win. Apothefed. Yep. Always fun to play when you're at 6 life. Let's grapple. Let's get the deep-fiend. Now I don't even have to attack with the lumbering falls because he'll die off emerge. As long as he doesn't pull grasp or something messed up like that. Alright, send in the clown. Man, I definitely don't want to watch your semifinal match if you've made a bunch of misplays. I'll be yelling at the screen again. It was traumatic last time. But there you go. Our first game with Temerge eats my brain cells. 1-0 on the road to either the best record or a complete mental collapse on my part. Game deuce. Oh, there it is. Part 1 and Part 2. Showdown semifinals versus Jolly. Oh, my lord. Oh, my lord. I'm tempted to drop everything. I'm tempted to drop everything. Forget this stream. It's horrible. Go watch Nighthawk. Oh, we get a rematch. Oh, boy. Alright, well, he's a rank 40. He's got a deck, so... It's got a lot of hand destruction, and once again, we're gonna Kiora him on turn 3, so that's good. Oh wait, we didn't do that last time, we just drew it off the top. Everybody enjoy the latest batch of spoilers from the last 20 hours. Yeah. It feels like they decide to show us a bunch of good cards, doesn't it? I can get behind a lot of what we just ran into. New Nissa, new God. It's like they decided green was a thing. Alright, Gifted Aetherborn. A little bit of pressure there. But we can Kiora and Primal Druid, which is, oh, so gross. Alrighty. Let's get crazy. Zombies seem to be a deck for the first time in Duels history. Like, maybe a legit one. Alright, let's do this. We're gonna go Super Friends on our opponent, because as we know, as Nighthawk has proven, sometimes you just play Super Friends with this deck. You wanna attack my Primal Druid? He does. I think I need green. Make sure I can cast Nissa if he has Fatal Push for the Druid, I guess. Yeah. Alright, here we go. How you doing? What's up? Do we attack all out here? Yeah, we're gonna untap them anyway. And he missed a land drop, so that's pretty brutal. Thoughts on Nissa? I need time to read that card a few more times, to be honest. It's probably not bad. I don't know how good it can be, but it seems like it's obviously one of these cards that's a lot stronger with all the mana you can find. So, I don't know. Thoughts on the new Nissa? My thoughts are I need to sit with that one a little longer. I need to really digest it. Get in front. I'll trade that. It's much different of a planeswalker design than we're used to. That is pretty dang cool, right? That's pretty cool stuff. Get me you. Get me you. And let's draw some cards. Neon City wants to make sweet love to each of the new Nissa's abilities. Check yourself before you wreck yourself, homeboy. Nissa's a classy lady. She ain't into all that. You gotta come correct. Yeah. So much cooler than plus draw a card minus protect ultimate win game. Yeah, we've kind of fallen into that, I agree. So, it's just a really cool planeswalker, and if you haven't looked up the new Nissa, I recommend going out and doing so. Just a really bizarre critter. Let me see here. I can actually... Where'd you go, new Nissa? Where you at, yo? Here you go, for anybody who's wondering. That was unfortunately a mana shortage game that we just had to play, but those happen for and against, as you may have seen last night. Sometimes you eat the bar, sometimes the bar eats you. That's from The Big Lebowski, and the line that follows is, "What the hell are you talking about, man?" Something to that effect. Goodness gracious. I should not be allowed to sit around cracking myself up. It's really ridiculous. I should knock that stuff off. But I just have too much fun. Neon City, best movie ever, along with one or two others. That's quite the best of phrase. Along with one or two others, of course. See, I got like half an hour, so I can't even watch the Nighthawk semis anyway. Just have to wait. Just have to be patient. It's so hard. I'm not the patientest person I know. Matrix, Fight Club, Pulp Fiction. Yeah, we got a pretty similar movie taste, I'd say. This is slow, but I think I have to keep it. It's got all my colors. Well, let's see. Anywho, what about the duplicating enchantment? I'm sure that there will be people who figure out great uses for that card. I'm usually not somebody who breaks 4 mana enchantments, to be honest. I'm kind of curious about how it sits with Valor and Akros, right? So, when you're playing that kind of deck, do you want Valor, or do you want that card? I don't know. And for those who are like, what the heck am I talking about? Anointed Procession, that's the thing. Anointed Procession. And we're Garrison into that. GG. But, I mean, would you rather have that, or would you rather have Valor and Akros for a very similar effect? I don't know. I'm not convinced on any particular. All right, so he moles to 5 and plays turn 2 Jace. Sometimes you eat the bar, sometimes the bar eats you. What's Jace gonna pull out of my... Oh! I don't feel like I've earned this, so I'm gonna stay here. He skips a land drop and leaves, so I'm gonna play this one out. But that just got more interesting. What do I need? A mountain, I guess? Yeah, that new nissa's crazy, right? What do you do with her? Can you cast Aftermath on your opponent's turn? No, you cannot. It is a sorcery. So you have to do it on your turn at very, very boring sorcery speed. Get in there, Pilgrim's Eye. You can do it. Show him what's up. What's up? There might be a Thalia in his deck, so I'm just getting all my non-basics out there. Let's get Treasure Keeper in the house. And Fevered, what am I up against? Oh boy. You gotta love it when they start throwing away the 4th color they didn't draw in their 70 card deck. Boom. What do we do? Too many options, too many options. Grapple, get back grapple, but I think this is a runaway favorite. Let's just beat up that little Jace boy. Just bully him like wagering would. Nothing like the surprise 4 color. Torrential Gear Hulk allows you to cast both sides at instant speed. No, I don't think so. I think if it's already an instant, you get... If one side's an instant and one's a sorcery, all you get is the instant. And I think if it's 2 instants, you have to choose one. But maybe that's what you meant. Ki. Chandra says, what's up with you, Jace? You ain't even gonna get a chance to flip, son. That's 10 if he doesn't have a play. And perhaps I should have just accepted that concession for time. Oh, he's not dead yet. Now he's dead. Okay. Put it on the board. 3-0. 2 mana screwed opponents at once. That doesn't make any sense, but whatever. I guess we'll find out. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they changed that rule. That's pretty ridiculous. It doesn't make any sense. Like, the whole thing with the way that they just changed rules on split cards was to try to make it more intuitive what you could and couldn't do with it. That it was only the card, it was only one side or the other at a time, and that just totally doesn't line up. So, Nighthawk, did you just try to trap me? Because it sounds like you already knew the answer. Sounds like you already had some judge thing to hit me with after I answered the question. I feel tested. I feel like I just got tested on my own stream. That's good. Keep me on my toes. I googled it after, I swear. Yeah. You cheeky bastard. You're a sneaky one. You are a sneaky one. Alright, sure. On the play, this is okay. It's pretty slow. But I'm hoping that we can grapple into a 3 or a 2 that's useful. Could be way too slow. I guess we'll just have to see what happens. See what my opponent does. Love a rogue refiner. That would be a pretty cool thing to find off this grapple. Called my shot, didn't work out. Doesn't always work out. But I got the return in the graveyard, which is a great step. I guess I can pose as a counterspell mage. Maybe I can scare him out of playing his tireless tracker. Forest go. I love it. We can do this all day. All right. Keeper. I was thinking about playing druid since I can emerge it next turn, but keeper is way more fun to emerge. The random value is just so delightful. Here come veggies. Over half crazy is our opponent, and he's going upstairs. He's got colorless, blue, blue, green, green, green. So we're gonna have a ramp off. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a ramp off. End of story. Get in there, keepers. I'm thinking about playing my druids instead of emerging my keeper. I feel like if there's something on the battlefield, yeah, because I also have a Kozilek's return, so if he plays Gaia's Revenge, yeah, we can have a druid turn. We got that Kozilek's return in the graveyard to... It doesn't pay off if he doesn't have something on the battlefield. Now, if he's the go big combo style ramp with part the water veil shenanigans, we may have a problem. We're not really beat to dance with that kind of insanity. Excuse me. Ruin in their wake. Island. Into hand. So he's out of lands in hand, which means he's got a lot of spells. Baral's expertise. Okay. Okay, that sucks. That sucks. That is probably the dirt worst. We'll have to draw another one now. That is lame. Oh, what'd I say? What did I just say? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4 doesn't do it. So we can't do it this turn. So we just redeploy. And hope he doesn't have ways to bounce his thought knots here and flicker it like crazy. And hope he's not sniping us like the dude last night. Who is this? Oblivion Zone. Okay. Does he flip some land? What's he exile? Hopefully not Ulamog. We're gonna need that. Ooh, a deep-fiend. That sucks. I'm not a fan. Okay. Got my blocks. Get me my blue. We're gonna need to find Mog. This is a Mog game. I can send in Keeper, and I can emerge Scutler, so it would be really awesome if he blocked this. Let's see if he's game. He is not game. He is the anti-game. Do I blow up his Thought Knot Seer here? Or do I just keep ramping? I think I blow up his Thought Knot Seer. That doesn't sound too bad. I don't think it's going to do much more, to be honest. Force him to the battlefield. Ramp it up, ramp it up. Hopefully get closer to Ulamog with this grapple. Blow up your stuff. Drop me my card, please. Thank you. Cast that spell. Get you back. And does he know about the forest? I don't think so. All right, rock and roll. He's already built a deck for the new enchantment. I don't think we're going to get that particular enchantment just because of the way it's worded at the beginning of your first non-combat main phase. I don't think there's a trigger in the game set up for that right now. Not in this game anyway. So I'm pretty skeptical about getting that card. Which, it's a cool card, that's too bad. Yep, there's the part the Water Veil shenanigans I was worried about. That ain't fun. He'll get a big attack on us. Dirtiest play in the deck by far is cascading into Pulse. Oh, he's holding back. Weird. I guess he knows. I don't know. Maybe he's... Oh, he probably has ulamog. Fun. Good gracious. Or Green Warden. Green Warden thought not. Okay. Great. Awesome. So his hand was absolute bomb sauce. No doubt. Pretty good hand. For the situation, for sure. It was a slow hand, but we're not going to pressure him, so it worked out just great. Takes the Treasure Keeper. Interesting. There is something to be said about holding on to ulamog. Because if you play the first ulamog, you are in trouble. That said, if I exile the 6/6, he still has to have an untapped land, and I don't think he does. Because he missed, like he did that play, it was a long time ago, but he Ruin in the Wake and put the land into play untapped. How you doing? He even knows I drew. He knows I drew that off the top too. Wonder if that's tilt central. So now he needs untapped land ulamog to make me want to. Oh, okay. He scoops. I'm taking it. I'm taking it and running with it because that game was tough. But we said it. The tilt factor's legit. Tilt factor legit. He had a really good hand. Sometimes you ramp up to 10 and draw ulamog like a boss. Yep. I would be a salty man as well. I would be a very salty man. I wouldn't be surprised if I get a like angry message of hate. Hey, if he hadn't exiled the top 4 cards of my deck with that Oblivion Sower, wouldn't have drawn ulamog on time. It's his fault. It's really his fault. Can't keep it. That's meh. There's no spell, so this may not work out, but you do what you can in this world. Is the new Nissa super OP or no? I gotta actually read it like 5 more times because it's a very different planeswalker than we're used to. Is it OP? Probably not, just because it requires a ton of mana. Maybe not a ton, but it does require plenty of mana to get rolling. You can play it on turn 3 and just plus plus plus. That might be good enough. But I really don't feel like I'm gonna understand new Nissa until I play new Nissa a lot. So it's one of those that's hard to read. I'm gonna have to go fire up Cockatrice, update it with the latest cards, and cast it a few times while vehicles are beating me down to see if it's actually a very good card or not. Alright, let's not flood, please. Right now we're all mana producers and 2 dead cards that do nothing. Thank you. I guess the deck heard me. Sometimes you draw perfect, sometimes you draw this. Opponent showing showing us the good old 4-color, pulsing for an Evolving Wilds. Yes, it's Planeswalkers. I like my Planeswalker matchup. So, does that mean I ignore Eiley or not? You know, Eiley's ignoring me, so that's fine. Hello. Planeswalker killer herself right here. The Simic Nissa seems sacrilegious. One way to look at it. Play your Oath of Liliana, I dare you. Well, Cimarasa number 2. Alright. Yeah, you pick up that life total. Hit me. All I need is a so I think we exercise some patience. We're gonna need a lot to beat up some Planeswalkers here. Reclamation Sage may not find a decent target. There'll probably be an Oath or something I can kill though. 3 straight Evolving Wilds, the ultimate in mana fixing. The gold standard, if you will. Double white probably means Gideon. The primal druid is probably overkill. It's actually tempting to wheel my hand with Chandra since I have so little going on. Oh, that changes things. Like, throwing the tokens at him is just gonna get him another land. Then he plays Sorin, he drains my Chandra, or he plays his own Chandra and attacks my Chandra. So I think it's a bad play. So let's grapple and see what happens. And then we can start vexing grappling. Alright, hit a land. What do we put down there? Interesting, but that may come in handy. And I think I'll just go ahead and drop the Sage. I don't see anything for it, and it can help me defend Chandra. And he's going to Eiley away his Druid. Thought that was coming. Any tips to beat SF deck? What's an SF deck? You gotta start with terms that people understand. Also, Bant Tameo out of nowhere. Yeah, that's probably on the way. Green-Black Garrick wasn't very good. He was fun, though. I thought he was cool to have. Man, Wildplane. He's asking Nighthawk, are you psyched about Anointed Procession with Stockpile? Who wouldn't be? Of course Nighthawk is psyched about that. They probably invented that card with that series of things with him in mind. Alright, let's scuttle. And do we get back the expertise or the grapple? I'm going to take a grapple for now. It's actually pretty close. Blue, please. And I want to get an extra Flame Shadow token of a Woodland Bellower. God, with infinite mana, the things one can do. Alright, what are you going to do? Unmake? Oh, he can Eily. That's pretty saucy. He's got so much life he can Eily sack his Wildborn if he wants to. As long as he doesn't have tokens, I'm not going to worry too much. Like, that's fine. He can do that. But that's not a big trade. Like, he threw his 4/4 off for my 4/5 that got value when it entered the battlefield. Sorry, I mean SF equals Super Friends because Butthart is real. And there's Chandra. I thought that might come into play. Butthart is real. Tips for beating Super Friends. Get really... This is going to sound... I don't know. This will probably sound condescending to some people, but I don't mean it that way. But really, get good at Magic. Figure out what to focus on. Most people just tunnel vision on a Planeswalker and freak out when there are 2 Planeswalkers on the battlefield. Think long term, and you're going to be fine. People have watched me do all kinds of things to Planeswalker decks on this channel. I don't always win. My record's pretty good. This is target permanent? Non-land permanent. Well, that's bad. So I've got to kill that thing. How do I do it? Don't really have the means. 36 is too much. He blocks there. He untaps. He needs a creature. He doesn't have a creature yet, so he can't exile Chandra without a creature. And I could just double Planeswalk him. So there's that. Okay. We'll make him work for it. And... had to do it in that order or else we wouldn't resolve the Nissa. Or wouldn't flip the Nissa. So, unfortunately we had to show him what's up. And then I'll probably make the 4/4. So he can't... So I at least get some value out of my Nissa. Make him deal with that. If he has a way to make 2 tokens, it's not so good, but it's fine, I guess. Nighthawk says that vehicles are a good start. Flash creatures, yeah, sure. Okay, so he just packs double Anguish Unmaking. Bravo, buddy. How about if you hold double Anguish Unmaking? That's okay. Fortunately for us, we're still in an okay position. Right here, we can take him off of that 30 life. And I think I'm going to send this guy to make sure it happens. And he's going to let it go. Interesting. I think it's a pretty good trade there for an Eily, especially if he's about to lose the ability to use the ultimate ability. And now what? Druid, land, probably get back grapple, work for Ulamog. We have drawn a lot more lands than I want. Do the gods seem underwhelming besides the blue god? I'm not sure. Maybe. Ah, I see. He wants Eily around to protect a planeswalker. That makes sense. So he can exile this. Block fumerole. Here he goes to 1. If he has a removal spell, I'm in trouble there. So I think we just ignore Nahiri for a little bit. And grapple up. Gotta dig. Dig, dig, dig. I could force a trade, right? Oh, I can check him for instant speed removal. That says non-land permanent. And that gets Eiley off the board. Alright. I figured he'd go for that. Dudes love planeswalkers. I think time will tell if the gods can do work. They're probably not as strong as the last setup of gods. I think that they're kind of in the vein of Gear Hulks, where they were just trying to make them good enough. Alright, so he gets to shepherd back all his planeswalkers. This guy went for the big-time variant of Super Friends, the all the way to the top rope all the time version. So he's going to get something in play for free. Will it be Chandra? I don't think that's very good for him here. Actually, what is? Yeah, you'll probably get Chandra. Let's see what happens. Chandra comes in. Eiley comes to hand. Chandra pluses. If I can remove or tap this thing, I can kill Chandra again, no problem. I wonder if he had anything he could have discarded with Nahiri and put directly into play that was better. He's going to wheel his hand. He wheels his Green Warden. So now maybe he has a land to get his Green Warden back. No. And he's going to exile my Druid because he plans to get Nahiri back. But now Chandra's going to die. If we can find a way to get rid of that Shepherd, we're great. You. Not great. Still probably playing an Ulamog game this turn too. Oh my gosh, this is a lot of yuck. Let's dig. Scuttles, what can you get me? I don't think a Baral's expertise does enough. I mean, we can bounce this and kill Chandra again, but he just replays it and gets Chandra back. So, probably grappling. Yep, he's gonna let that die because he's got a Muria Shepherd. How many, let's check. Do a check here of how many pulses he's used and how many wilds. So 1 wilds with pulses, so he probably has more evolving wilds. Yep. And get me the grapple, and let's go. Still trying to make our way to Ulamog, 4 cards at a time. Double. Great. Yeah, that's pretty good. He played 2 pulses of Marasa earlier. I wouldn't be surprised if he runs all the pulses of Marasa. Gets back Anguish Sunmaking, okay. This is pretty fun. I've got to admit, his deck is pretty fun right now. But yeah, his draw's been the nutter. But you gotta hand it to him. He is, he's going a lot bigger than our deck goes. Exile, yep. That works. He doesn't have the black mana for his Anguish right now. Okay. It doesn't have haste, though. So do you have a way to do that? Oh, he's just getting it back so he can play it next turn. No, I like having a consistent deck instead of one that gets stomped by white weenie, so I don't wish I had these things in my deck. I don't get very jealous of people when they do these things. It takes a lot to make me jealous. I know that their deck is probably jank most of the time. Yeah, it has to be you, doesn't it? We have to hit that Kozilek's return really bad. And we do it. So if the game's about hitting Kozilek's return, I guess we have to play you. And play you. And tap you, you. Ah, there goes Ulamog. That sucks. Ooh, a forest. Lucky me. And I guess I'm out of action. He's got the Anguish Unmaking. So I'm already dead on board. So that's good enough for me. Could have saved the deep-fiend until my turn, but I don't think I'm going to win that game. Ugh. So there's our first loss on the record. But it was certainly to a deck built to punch even harder in the late game than we are. I would expect to lose that game 9 out of 10 times. The only real hope is getting up to Ulamog and him not having an answer, but he has a lot of recursion. Hopefully we don't have to rematch. Oh shoot, I have to go. I don't have time for this game, I don't think. Well, let's see what happens. I'll give myself about 8 minutes. We're going to be playing speed magic, and if our opponent's taking too long, we're just going to leave. I bet there's a Gitrog in there. Yeah, that's pretty sweet late game stuff for sure. Okay, hopefully they're playing vehicles. Yeah, pretty good draw to double shepherd ya, and then play back-to-back planes. Okay, our opponent concedes. I'm taking it because I gotta go. So we're gonna leave Temerge at a 5-1 record. Not, like, I think, you know, the 2 wins and the loss were earned. There was a lot of poor land draws on our opponent's side today, unfortunately, but I'm sure that'll clean up in the future. All right, I am taking off. I'll see you guys later.